Water, 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 water. Water.
Water, the food of life. Anyway, we're off-roading, and if you fancy a bit of goat, well, there's a nice grey one, there's another nice grey one, there's a black and white one. It's like sheep spotting, it's like being back in Wales. And then there's a brown one just over there. Anyway, we're off-road, we're on our way to Lara Bay. So stick with us. We've just stopped at this kiosk, and now we're going to go and run over some goats. Look at that.
Oh no.
It doesn't get any better than that, does it? There we are.
How beautiful.
He's a beautiful looking goat, that one, isn't he? Absolutely beautiful. And there's the brown one. He's decided to go up the stairs because he wants to go and have a look at a better view. Nope, he's changed his mind. Come on, Gumboos.
He's ready now. He's ready.
He's now reading the sign that says parking for goats only. Anyway, welcome back and thank you for coming back. Today we're en route off-road, so technically I'm not breaking the law. I'm driving and holding the camera. Probably have a can of Coke as well. That girl's with me.
Hello everybody. How nice to see you again. And how nice that Mr. Paul is driving. So it means he's not shouting at me. Wow.
Got more sense now. Here's a man in a red plate. You go on the other side of the road. It's very, very simple. You drive on that side and I'll drive on this side. And as you can see, the road is a little bit, well, Sherlock Holmes, shall we say. But hopefully the view is worth it. Have a look at that. Absolutely spectacular. So we are driving along in what's called the Paphos Peninsula, the Paphos National Park. You've got all sorts of things going on around here. You've got turtles, you've got sunbathing, you've got swimming, you've got tourists driving around on quad bikes, you've got tourists driving around in red plate cars, and you've got idiots like me driving along in a Mercedes. But luckily for me, I brought with me the most beautiful woman in the world, and her name is Gusiviana Booth.
Hello everybody. I already said hello everybody.
Well, we like that bit. It's the best bit.
By text.
Yes.
Yes.
Put the glasses down. Say hello.
Hello everybody with the glasses now. How nice to see you again and again. What else do I know in English?
That'll do. Right, stick with us because we are off-roading in a Mercedes E-Class. Now, in a previous life, I have driven this car all the way out and come out in the Polis side. Now, I should have filmed it, I understand that, but it takes about an hour and a half, and I'm not going to say I'm a good driver, but you will have to have a bit of skill if you're in a normal car and you want to do that. I would recommend you get a buggy or a Jeep, because the road does deteriorate and deteriorate. If you think this bit of road's bad, well, there's a lot worse to come, that's for sure. Here we go. This bit now is getting a little bit unsettling for most cars. There's potholes that you could probably bury your wife in. Here we go. So this is the first sort of picnic area coming up. And this man in a Jeep is thinking he's in trouble, and he's not. He's got plenty of ground clearance. He just doesn't want to lose his excess. That's the money that they've knocked on his credit card. Now, if you go up that way, you can get up to Pano Roads or the Last Castle. In fact, what's up there is the Last Castle. I've just had an idea, change of plan. Let's drive up to the Last Castle, because a lot of people have wondered where it is. Well, this is where it is, up the top of this bloody mountain. So stick with us. Gusiviana Booth, what have you got to say?
Bloody mountain, it's got a blood on it, or
Well,
what?
it will have by the time we get up there.
Oh.
Shall we go up and have a look?
Yes.
Yes. So stick with us. Just so you understand, you can do it in a normal car. You've just got to drive that little bit careful. Don't get up the chuff of the car in front of you, otherwise they're going to flick stones up onto your bonnet, onto your bumper and onto your windscreen, and guess what? That money they blocked on your credit card, they're going to keep. So drive very, very carefully when you come on these tracks, that's for sure. But you can do it in a normal hire car. And remember, it's not your car, so it doesn't really matter what happens to the underneath. Does it, Gusiviana?
Well, it's very important what happened underneath.
Not to the car, not to the man who's hired the car.
Yes.
Yes, all right. So stick with us. Now, this road gets a bit tricky in the winter time, obviously, because believe it or not, we do get bad weather in Cyprus. It does rain dogs and cats, as they say in Russian. We say cats and dogs. So stick with us as we get up here. Slowly but surely, it'll start to flatten out and open up, and we're going to get some great views. And you're going to understand that we've come to somewhere that is rather special indeed. So stick with us. The Last Castle is what it's called. That's where we're going. It's in fact not the last place on this road. Believe it or not, there are the odd Gumbaru that lives out on this road. In fact, there's a house over there with a nice veranda terrace. You can just about see it in the viewfinder now. Look at that. I wouldn't mind living there. Very, very nice indeed. The only thing you probably haven't got out here is internet access, so that may be a bit of a problem for most people.
If I was your car, I would swear at you.
I think it is swearing at me. But stick with us, because up in the distance is something that's very, very special indeed. And there it is up there. That's what's known as the Last Castle. If you take a right down there, you go to the Akamus Gorge. I've not been down there, so I'm going to go up here. Now this place is open from 11 AM to 5 PM, but it's closed on a Monday. And as you can see, the road is getting worse. But don't worry, stick with us. I'm not a bad driver. Look at that. You get a great view from up there as well, because it's certainly raised up. And there's plenty of vines to give you cover, so you're going to have a great meal when you get there. In general, what you get offered is a bit of meat. Basically, it's souvlaki, so that's beef, pork, chicken, bunch of potatoes, and a bit of salad. It's nothing exciting, but the situation that you're in, and the food is very, very tasty. And you can get a nice cold beer, or a frappe, or in my case, a can of Coke. See there?
I believe that the food that you mentioned now, they do pretty more than this.
No, they don't. It's a very, very limited menu.
Mosaka.
No, they don't. All they do is souvlaki. Chicken, pork, beef, some potatoes, and some salad.
But if you're hungry, it's enough.
It's enough. That's
Yes.
what you get. So you come up here to the Last Castle, and that's what you're going to get. You get to sit on like rocks with a rocky-ish table and wooden tables. It's not. It sounds as though I'm insulting the place. I'm not. It's very, very traditional, and it's very, very old-fashioned indeed, and it's a very, very nice thing to do. And I suggest that if you have the guts to come up here in your hire car, you should, because it is something that you will remember and take back with you for the rest of your days. So let's park up and let's dismount, shall we say, and let's go and have a look what's going on. Here we are. Come on, Gracilia LaBeouf. Off we go.
Come on.
Come on. Stick with us. Here we go. We're going to storm the main entrance, and hopefully it will allow us to walk in and have a look at the great view, because that's what it's all about. Come on, Gracilia LaBeouf, get your hat on. Look at that. Most beautiful woman in the entire world.
Yes, I can smell pork.
Yes.
No.
Don't ever argue with me.
No, I can smell.
That's a customer of mine there. I know that car. I repaired that wing and that front bumper quite recently. Stick with us. Here we go. Absolutely beautiful. There we are. Have a look at that.
That's right.
Yeah. So I say open from 11 o'clock until 5 o'clock, and have a look at that. That's proper souvlaki cooking. That's for sure. Doesn't get any better than that. That's the barbecue extraordinaire. Chicken, pork and beef, and a lot more going on over there as well. Wow.
Let's come from below.
Wow. Look at that.
That's why it was a nice smell of it.
Yes. Absolutely spectacular. Oh. Gracilia LaBeouf is trying to steal something. You cannot take her anywhere. I want to show you this death view. Have a look at that. Stick with us. We're going to storm the restaurant and see what's going on. Hopefully we can get to follow the rear end of Ochin Gracilia LaBeouf. Here we go. This is the main entrance into the restaurant, so stick with us. Here we go. Very, very popular restaurant indeed, with locals, expats and tourists alike. Great gardens. Let's get out to the front and show you the greatest view in the world. Gracilia LaBeouf, get up these stairs, because there's a raised table area, and that's going to give us a truly exceptional view.
Wow.
Look at that. So that's back towards Paphos St George area.
Oh dear.
That's back out towards the St George Harbour, if you can see that little island over there. And that is the view out towards the blue Mediterranean Sea. Let's go and see if we have a little walk around amongst the vines on the lower level. And then, well, we'll give you a very, very good bye. And then we're going to sit down and guess what? We can have a bite to eat. We're going to eat some of that barbecue because it's absolutely spectacular. Look at that for a restaurant. Wow. Look at that for a view. Look at that. Doesn't get any better than that.
No.
We'll see the Yellow Booth. What have you got to say?
Wow, let's come.
Her orientation is absolutely, to use the word, diabolic. She hasn't got a clue where she's going. She's just randomly wandering off. These are these stone tables I was telling you about. Works of art and a great, great place to come if you want to have that special, special occasion and that special, special meal. And the view you get is absolutely to die for. Look at that. Rassi Vialabu.
I would like to tell you that I enjoyed, totally enjoyed. It's a lovely restaurant. It's a very hospitality people up here, and even the grapes you can eat. For example, now it's beautiful. I suggest you to come here and to have your lovely time in this luxury restaurant with a luxury view. You'll never regret. We're loving you to bits. Please come back to see another of our interesting madnesses.
Well, maybe they're not interesting, but they are madness. Great, great restaurant in a great, great location. All you need to have is a little bit of, wow, what's the word? Guts. The tables are made out of stone. That's for sure. Look at that. Works of art. And they grow most of their own vegetables for the salads. Have a look at the fields over there. They've got their own grapes. They grow their own potatoes. It's their own lambs. It's their own sheep. It's their own cattle in most of the case. It's absolutely spectacular. And it's somewhere unique. There's nowhere else in the world that offers this. And it's stone table after stone table, as you can see. It's a pretty big restaurant. I would say it was able to they might eat you as well, to seat somewhere in the regions of 250 people. And as you can see, it was probably about a quarter full. We're quite early for the lunch service. Often you can come here and wait and get to eat, but perhaps more wisely, at this time of year in the summer, you would book. We'll see you.
How is this restaurant called, Mr. Paul?
The Last Castle.
Our Last Castle restaurant. Wow, it's wonderful. I have never been to the places like this. It's amazing. It's such a beautifully done, and yes, I'm sure that you will never regret that you come here. And we're loving you to bits. And thank you for watching. Thank you again for your time and support. And
thanks for watching.